All right. So as you're ready, we're gonna slowly make your way to child shape, coming on to the ground, maybe bringing your big toes together, knees slightly apart. We're gonna bring your hips toward your heels, resting your forehead down. And then just taking a moment and let your shoulders find a little bit of ease. And see if you can start to send the breath into the back of the body, in the back of the rib cage. And then notice the sensation of your fingertips touching in the mat. Notice, are they all touching, or just a few? And see if you can shift them to all have some sort of sensation with the mat. And as you do that, you might start to cup the palm up a little bit. And then slowly seeing if you can feel the shoulders start to move away from the ears or draw down the back. Keep breathing. Taking a few more breaths from here. And then taking a moment just to invite the sense of inner peace within you. And so when we can connect with the inner peace within us, we can start to mirror that and allow others to create a sense of inner peace within themselves. So let's slowly, as you're ready, we're going to inhale and we'll lift the body up, coming to a tabletop shape, coming out of the hands and knees. You might need to readjust your body, bringing your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Your toenails can be on the ground or your feet can be curled under. Do what's comfortable for you. And then we're going to start to move the spine, waking it up with some cat-cows. So let's inhale, lengthen and look up, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, round through the spine like a Halloween cat. Tuck the tailbone down, belly lifts up. Inhale, lengthen and look up. Exhale, round through the spine, chin to the chest. Doing 2 more of these. Let's inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, finding the flat back. Let's exhale, start to sink your hips towards your heels again, sinking the hips back. So modified child's pose. We're going to slowly inhale, come back to tabletop, and then roll the shoulders back, look up. Take your eyeballs up towards the ceiling. Exhale, we'll round through the spine, chin to the chest, bring the hips back towards the heels. Inhale, let's lift up, back to tabletop, roll the shoulders back and look up. 2 more of these. We're going to exhale, round to the spine, tucking the hips down, chin to the chest. Inhale, we'll slowly start to look up, roll the shoulders back. One last time, exhaling. And inhale. Now we're going to add on a little bit. So we're going to exhale, start to sink your hips back once again. This time you're going to press through the tops of the feet and knees. We'll inhale, lift your arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to turn the palms forward, bend the elbows out to the side, squeeze the shoulders together. Inhale, lift the arms back up. Exhale, bringing the hips towards the heels, coming back to child shape. Inhale, we'll slowly come to tabletop. Exhale, let's do that 2 more times. So we're going to exhale, bring the hips to the heels, pressing through the tops of the feet and knees. We'll inhale, lift your arms towards the ceiling. Turning the palms forward, we'll bend the elbows out to the side, squeeze the shoulders together. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, we're going to bring your hips to your heels, finding child shape. Inhale, back to tabletop. Last time, let's exhale, bring your hips towards your heels. Pressing through the tops of the feet and knees, we'll inhale, lift the arms back up to the ceiling. Turn the palms forward, we'll exhale, bend the elbows out to the side. Inhale, lifting the arms up. We're going to exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. We're going to bring the knees a little bit closer together, and then let's step your right foot forward and then your left foot up and coming to standing. We'll shake out a little bit from here, and then I'm just going to turn to face you. You can stay where you are on your mat. When you're ready, let's take your right foot up. We're going to, watch me fall over. Let's rotate your ankle a few times. One direction, and then the other direction. Let's gently bring your right foot down. We'll inhale, lift your left foot up, and then do the same. So a few times in one direction and a few times in the other direction. We're going to gently bring your foot down. From here, we're going to take your right heel forward. You're going to lift your toes up. We're going to take a slight bend in both knees, and then you're going to bring your hands to your hip crease, and you're going to press your hip crease back to feel your spine lengthen. Feel your shoulders move away from your ears. Maybe squeeze the elbows together and reach through the top of the head. 3, 2, 1. We'll inhale, lift up. Let's bring your right foot to meet your left. Now taking the left foot forward, lifting the toes up, heel on the ground, slight bend in both knees. We'll bring the hands to the hip crease and then press the hip crease back, feeling the spine long. Roll the shoulders back, maybe squeeze the elbows together. Keep reaching through the crown of the head. 3, 2, 1. We'll inhale, come all the way up. Let's bend the knees a little bit. We'll bring our hands not on the knees, but just above the knees. And then maybe move your knees around a little bit from side to side. And if this doesn't feel good for you, don't do that. Let's go the other direction. Beautiful. We're going to come to a neutral place. Let's inhale, reach your right arm towards the ceiling. Exhale, we'll lower the right hand down. Inhale, we'll lift the left arm up. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Inhale, we'll reach the right arm up. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Inhale, reaching the left arm up, maybe looking at the thumb. Exhale, come back down. Let's do that one more time from side to side. Inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. Inhale, we're going to slowly lift up. We'll bring your hands on your hips. Let's slowly imagine we have a hula hoop on. We'll rotate the hips. Keep the knees soft here. Try not to lock the knees out. And then let's go the other way a few times. And then we're going to slowly start to come to a neutral spine or neutral stance. Let's reach the arms down. We'll roll the shoulders back a few times. Feel some space. And then let's inhale, lift the arms up, straight up. And then we're going to exhale. Just take a slight bend in the knees. We're going to bring your hands to the tops of the thighs. And then we're going to inhale, lift back up, straightening up. Exhale, you're going to come back, slight bend in the knees, hands just above the knees. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, slight bend in the knees and hands just above the knees. Inhale, lift all the way up. Let's exhale, roll the shoulders back now. Let's do that 2 more times. So inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, roll the shoulders back. 1 more time. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, roll the shoulders back. Beautiful. Let's take your right hand to your right shoulder. You're going to bring your left hand to the elbow. So be really mindful as you're moving here. So you can stay right here. This is fine if you're feeling a lot. You can also start to lift up, reaching up as high as that feels good for you. If you start to notice that your head goes down, my suggestion is to bring the elbows down a little bit, roll the shoulders back, and just reach your head up so there's no strain in your neck. So taking a few breaths from here, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to slowly start to release that. We'll release the hand, shake the arm out. Let's take that right hand. We're going to bring your thumb down. We'll bring your hand behind your back if that feels okay. If not, just bring it on your hip. If you have it behind your back, take your left hand and see if you can reach for your right fingertips. We'll roll the shoulders back and then maybe pull the hand to the side a little bit. So some of you might be feeling a whole lot when doing this or some modification, but if you want just to stretch the neck a little bit, my suggestion is to very, very, very slowly start to bring the left ear towards the left shoulder. And just breathing into the right side of the neck, breathing in some space, especially if it feels tight anywhere. Notice, you might even want to move the jaw a little bit. 2, and 1. We'll inhale, lift back up. We're going to slowly shake that arm out. Let's stick with this right hand for 1 more time. So we're going to take your right hand forward. The palm is facing me, and the fingers are towards the ground. We'll bring your other hand in front, and then you're going to just stretch the arm a little bit. So you feel the forearm stretch. 2, and 1, and then we'll do the hand the other direction, and again, stretching the arm, the wrist. 2, and 1. Let's release. You can open and close your hands a few times, move the fingers around, and then we'll slowly start to shake that arm out again. All right, let's do that on the other side. So when you're ready, we'll bring your left hand to the left shoulder, right hand to the elbow. So again, be mindful what goes on with that head. We want to keep the head straight up if you can, maybe lifting that arm up. So this side might be really different depending on what goes on for your shoulders. So just be mindful, where are you at today? And just stay there. You don't have to go any further. 4, 3. Keep breathing. 2 and 1. And then we're going to slowly release that arm down. We'll shake out a little bit. Let's take the left thumb down. We'll bring the hand behind the back or hand onto the hip. So again, decide what works for you. Maybe bringing the right hand to help pull the left hand over a little bit. We'll roll the shoulders back as much as that feels good. So be mindful what's going on with your body. And then if you'd like to, dropping your right ear toward your right shoulder. And again, just breathing here, breathing into that sensation. Make sure you're not locking out with the knees at all. So the knees are soft, the hips are soft here. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale, lift up, and we're going to slowly shake that up a little bit. Let's take your left hand forward, fingers down, palm is forward to begin, and then we'll bring your other hand and just help stretch that wrist out a little bit. 3, 2, 1, and then we'll do the other side. So fingers down, top of the hand, and again, we're stretching that forearm out. 2 and 1, and we'll slowly release. Let's open and close the hand a little bit, wiggle the fingers, just bringing some mobility into the body. All right, let's start our practice a little bit deeper. So we're going to come up towards the front of our mat, bringing our feet parallel to one another. I'm actually going to do one thing before we get really deep into this. Make sure you feel like your heels are just right underneath your hips. We'll bring your hands on your hips and then take a moment to see if you can lift all your toes off the ground, and then see if you can spread the toes really, really wide. And then you're going to lower your pinky toe down, that second baby toe down, the third toe down, the fourth toe down. Keep your big toe lifted for a moment. 2 and 1. Now you're going to lower your big toe down. See if you can lift the rest of the toes up. Why am I having you do this? This is with mind control, getting use over the body. Let's spread the toes out really, really wide as we place them on the ground. So finding some mobility with those toes. We'll inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And then we're going to exhale, slowly start to bend the knees, hinge from the hips as you fold forward. We'll bring your fingers down towards the ground. If that's not possible, just on your shins or your knees. Maybe bring your chin to your chest for a moment. Feel the shoulders roll back. Notice your breath. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to take a slight bend in the knees. We'll inhale, rise all the way back up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, let's lift your arms up. We're going to exhale, slowly start to bend the knees. We'll hinge from the hips as you fold forward again. Chin towards the chest. This time, let's inhale, slide the hands on the shins, lengthen the spine, roll the shoulders back, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, we're going to bring our hands back down. Rolling your feet a little bit closer together, let's step the left foot back into a lunge. Holding here for a moment, feel the shoulders roll back, feel your belly button lift towards your spine. Really press through the foot, and then see if you can extend through the back of the left thigh. Lifting that hip a little bit higher. 2 and 1. We're going to bring your hands down. Let's step your right foot back to meet your left. We're going to drop down to the knees. We're going to bring the hips to the heels, child shape. Inhale, we'll rise back up to tabletop. You might need to readjust your body a little bit. And then we're going to take your left leg back, right arm forward. Reaching and extending. 3, 2, 1. We're going to gently lower that hand and knee down. We'll inhale, lengthen and look up. Exhale, we're going to round or curl the toes under, lift your hips high, downward facing dog. From downward dog, let's inhale, come to plank. We'll drop back down to the knees, roll the shoulders back, lower your chest and chin down. Bringing the arms maybe alongside the body, readjust your body a little bit. Let's roll the shoulders back. We'll inhale, lift the chest up a little bit. Breathing here, finding a little back bend. If this hurts your lower back at all, squeeze like you have to go to the bathroom. 1 and 2. 2 and 1. We're going to gently lower back down. Sliding the hands under the shoulders. Let's roll the shoulders back. Draw your belly button to the spine. We're going to inhale, press to tabletop. You can stay here, go to child shape, or if you'd like, curl your toes under again, lift your hips high, downward dog. Now your heels can stay lifted, knees bent, or you can start to lower the heels down towards the ground. Just keep lifting that tailbone up, pressing the energy away from the hands, feeling your shoulders move towards your ears, straightening the arms as much as you can. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna gaze between the thumbs. We'll slowly step your left foot between the hands. Right foot to meet it, fold forward, bending the knees, hips high, 2, and 1. We'll inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Just pause here for a moment. So we just did a lot of movement in one side of our body, just noticing the difference, letting it integrate for a moment. Find your breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to release the hands down. We'll inhale, reach all the way back up. Exhale, we're going to slowly start to bend the knees as you hinge from the hips to fold forward, chin to the chest. Let's inhale, slide the hands on the shins, lengthen the spine, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, we're going to slowly bring your hands back down. When you're ready, we'll step your right foot back into a lunge. Holding this for a moment, maybe feeling the inner thighs squeeze together even though we're apart. Feel the back of that right thigh lift. Keep rolling the shoulders back, reaching through the crown of the head. So feel the spine lengthen. See if you can draw your belly button towards your spine. So keep finding different ways in your body to engage and find new space. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to slowly lower the hands down. We'll step your feet back to plank. Drop down to the knees for tabletop. Let's inhale, lengthen, and look up. Exhale, we'll slowly bring the hips to the heels for child shape. 2, and 1. We're going to inhale. We'll come back to tabletop. You might need to readjust the body a little bit. We're going to extend your right leg back. Reach the left arm forward. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to lower the hand and knee down. Inhale, lengthen, and look up. Exhale, we'll curl the toes under. Maybe lift your hips high for a moment for downward dog. If you'd like, you can stay here. You can always go to child shape or follow me. We're going to come find plank, and then we'll drop down to the knees, roll the shoulders back, dropping all the way down to the belly. Bringing your hands maybe a little bit wider off your mat. Maybe the hands are in line with the shoulders. We'll roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. You can stay right here or press down to the pubic bone, squeeze like you have to hold to go to the bathroom. We'll lift the chest up and the back of the head a little bit. 2, and 1. We're going to exhale, come back down. We're going to do that again and add a little bit on. So if you'd like to roll the shoulders back again, we'll inhale, lift up, and then maybe turn your head to the right, high. We're going to come back to neutral, and we'll turn our head to the left. 2, and 1. We're going to come back to neutral. We'll lower down. Beautiful. Hands under the shoulders, roll the shoulders back, take a big breath. Let go. Drawing the belly towards the spine, pressing through the tops of the feet and knees. We'll inhale to tabletop. You can stay here, find child shape, or curl the toes under and hips high, downward dog. 2, and 1. Let's gaze between the thumbs. We'll step the right foot forward and then left foot to meet it. Folding forward, bend and then the knees to help stretch the hamstrings. If it feels like you can straighten the legs with no strain, go for that. 2, and 1. Maybe shake your head and neck out for a moment. That might feel good. And then we'll take a slight bend in the knees. Let's inhale, reach all the way back up. Exhale, hands back to the heart center. Close your eyes for a moment. Readjust your feet. Feel your feet on the earth. Maybe feel the tippy toes pressed into the earth. And breathe. Feeling all the movement we've done in our body. Allowing yourself to feel this sense of ease within. And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly release the hands. We'll shake out a little bit. From here, we're going to bring the hands to the hips. Keep your right foot forward. We'll step your left foot back. So both legs are straightish. There might be a slight bend in the front knee. We're going to roll the shoulders back from here, and then we're going to bring your hands to your hip crease once again. Root down through the toes, and we're going to start to press that hip crease back. Feel the tailbone go back. Feel your spine really long. Lead with your heart, not your head. So feel your head an extension of the spine. Breathing here, pressing down through the feet. Maybe feel your right hip move back a little bit and your left hip lift up. So if you had a cup of coffee or a nice tea on your back, it wouldn't spill all over you. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to take a slight bend into the knee. We're going to inhale. Let's lift the arms up. You're going to get light in your back foot. Now just do the best you can here. We're going to inhale, maybe lift that back foot up and reach your arms up. Pretend like you're flying. 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll slowly bring the hands down, shake out a little bit. Let's inhale, lift the arms up. Now we're going to exhale, bend the knees, hinge from the hips to fold forward for a moment, chin to the chest. Inhale, we'll slide the hands on the shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, we'll fold back down. Press to the feet, we'll rise all the way back up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Bringing the hands back to the hips. Now we'll step your right foot back. So both legs straight-ish, maybe having a slight bend in that front knee just to protect your knee. We're going to roll the shoulders back again, hands to the hip crease. You're going to press your hips crease back so your spine can stay long. Reaching and stretching. So feel the head an extension of the spine. So you don't want to be doing this. Feel the head really long. Feel the shoulders pull back. Now, for those of you really tight hamstrings, if you start to squeeze your kneecaps and engage the quad muscle, the muscle in the front of the leg, that'll actually help stretch your hamstring a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale, lift up a little bit. Slight bend in that front knee. We're going to inhale, find the ball of the foot, reach the arms high. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, maybe lifting that back foot off the mat. 3, 2, and 1. Let's slowly bring the feet down, arms down. Shake out a little bit. Let's inhale, lift the arms back up. Exhale, we're going to bend the knees, hinge from the hips to fold forward, chin to the chest. Inhale, we'll slide the hands on the shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, we'll fold back down. Pressing to the feet, rising all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice your breath, tune in. Notice if you feel different shifts and changes in your body. Keep breathing. 2, and 1. And then we're going to slowly start to release. We'll shake out. Open your eyes as you're ready. We're going to gently step out wide onto our mat from here, pointing our toes in the same direction to begin. Let's inhale. We're going to lift your arms up high and then exhale back down again. Let's do that 2 more times. So inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, letting your arms open up wide. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. From here, slight bend in the knees. Let's hinge from the hips, press the hips back, keeping the spine long, and then maybe see if you can get your fingers down towards the ground. Now, this is perfect. If there's a lot of sensation here for you, move your feet maybe a little bit wider. You could also perhaps start to straighten the legs a little bit, and you'll do that by feeling your tailbone lift towards the ceiling as much as you can. You can stay right here. If this is super easy for you, just bring your chin to your chest and let your head get heavy. Maybe your head's going to go all the way to the ground. You can slide your hands back to where that makes sense for you. So wherever you're at in this moment, just be here. Just be you. Just breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to bend the knees again, pressing through the feet. We'll inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Let's exhale, lower the arms down. We're going to turn your right toes forward. We're going to take a slight bend in the knee. You might need to readjust your feet. I'm going to have you move into a warrior B shape. As you get into warrior B, see if you can feel that knee move back. Feel your shoulders roll back. Feel your shoulders over your hips as much as you can. Feeling the press to the outside edge of the back left foot. We'll inhale, reach your arms out wide. Maybe take a moment, gaze over the right middle finger. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to straighten the leg. We'll step the foot back a little bit. You're going to reach your arm forward. Let's bring your left hand on your hip today, and you're going to lower your right hand down somewhere on your leg. We'll roll the shoulder back, maybe look towards the ceiling. 3, 2, 1. Slight bend in the knee. We'll inhale, lift up. We'll turn your feet forward. Let's inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, release the arms back. Hands back to the hips. We're gonna turn your left toes out this time. Slight bend in the knee, so getting your foundation really set up. So pressing the knee out towards the pinky toe. Again, feel the shoulders over the hips as much as you can. Press through the back, outside edge of that back foot, so you can feel the stretch into the inner thigh. We'll inhale, reach your arms out wide, and then gazing over that left middle finger. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna straighten the leg. We'll slide the foot back a little bit. Inhale, reach forward. We're gonna lower your left hand down, bring your right hand on your hip. Maybe roll the shoulders back, looking up at the ceiling. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna inhale, take a slight bend in the knee. We'll turn your feet forward and parallel again. Let's inhale, reach your arms up high. We're gonna exhale, bend the knees again, kind of hinging from those hips. Keep the spine long. We'll bring your fingers down. So again, staying here, if it feels good, you can maybe lift the hips high. 2, and 1. Now let's keep your spine parallel to the ground. You're reaching through the crown of the head. We're gonna bring your left hand underneath your nose on the ground. Now your hand can be on your fingertips or the hand flat. So see how that feels for you. Maybe taking a slight bend in that left knee, and we'll reach your right arm towards the ceiling. So imagine there's this line from the right fingertips to the left hand, reaching and stretching, feeling your spine lengthening, rotating, but pressing through the feet at the same time. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna gently lower the right hand down, readjusting the body a little bit, and we'll do this on the other side. So maybe a slight bend in that right knee. We'll inhale, reach that left arm towards the ceiling. Feeling this long extension in the spine, feeling the feet rooted, the arms reaching. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna exhale, lower the hand down. Let's bend the knees maybe a little bit, folding forward, deeper. 2, and 1. Now we're gonna bend into your right knee a little bit. Turn your right toes out to the right. You're gonna bring either your hands on either side of the right foot, right knee bending, nose towards the knee. Or if you feel like you want a little bit more here, what you can do is keep your left hand down, and you'll reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, taking a deeper twist. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna lower the hand down. We're gonna turn the right toes forward. We're gonna walk your hands over to the left. Turn the left toes out this time. And then again, you can stay right here, hands on either side of the foot, maybe bringing your nose toward your knee. Or you can press that right hand down and lift your left arm towards the ceiling, twisting. So play with this, see what feels good for you. 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna lower the hand down. We're gonna bring your feet parallel towards going the same direction. One more time, we'll fold forward. We'll press through the feet. We'll inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, lower your arms down alongside your body. Let's bring your feet a little bit closer together. Maybe they're underneath your hips, and close your eyes for a moment. Just feel your body. Notice your breath. Feel grateful for whatever you're doing. So even if you're not doing what I say, that's totally fine. Appreciate it. Whatever you're doing, you're taking care of your body. 2, and 1. Let's gently release. We're gonna do one balancing pose, and then we'll come down to the ground. So what I'm gonna invite you to do, we'll reach your arms out wide. I'll give you a couple options once again. So we're gonna start by taking your right arm down and underneath your left arm. So some of you are gonna bring your hands together if this is available to you. If you're like, no way, not to worry, grab your hands on your opposite shoulders, okay? So wherever you're at is fine. Now, from here, we're gonna take a slight bend into the knees, and then you're gonna take your right leg, you're gonna lift that up. Maybe you're wrapping it around and making a kickstand, or maybe you're lifting your foot up and bringing it behind. So you can stay here if you want, wherever you're at, you can lift your elbows up, whether it's this way or this way, play with it a little bit. 3, 2, 1, let's bring the elbows down. Again, what feels good for you. 2, and 1, great job. We'll release and unwind. We should call that pose like hug yourself pose. It's called eagle pose or Garudasana, but you know, we can't give hugs as much as we'd like to these days. So it should be hug yourself pose. Okay. All right. So when you're ready, let's do this on the other side. Reach your arms out wide. Now we're going to start to take your left arm underneath your right. So again, you can bring the hands together. You can grab onto the opposite elbows. See how this makes sense for you. And then we're going to bend into the knees again. This time we'll take that left leg over the right. Whoop. Wrong side. You can make the kickstand. You can bring your foot behind. Play with this for you. And then if perhaps you want to lift your elbows up. If that feels good, you can bring the arms down again. If you have the hands together, that's fine too. 3, 2, 1. We'll release. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So from here, we're going to come down to a seat. Yahoo! Okay, so when you're ready, just make your way down to the ground. And let's begin by stretching your legs out in front of you. I'm going to adjust the computer just for a quick moment. So let yourself get settled. Beautiful. All right. So while we're here, let's start to move the fleshy part away from your sitting bones. I'm going to turn for this first one. And what we're going to do here, we'll bend your knees. We're going to bring your hands just behind your knees to begin. We'll roll your shoulders back and then gently lean back a little bit. So feel your spine lengthening here, pressing down to the tailbone, maybe feel your head lean back. So you feel this really long energy, but you're also rooting down through your feet. 2 and 1. Now we'll inhale, lift up. You're going to hinge your hips forward. So maybe find the front of the sitting bones, belly towards the thighs. You can reach your arms forward or just keep your hands above your knees. So see what feels good. Let's all push the shoulders away from the ears and then drop the chin to the chest. And just soften here. Breathe into the back of the body. If there's any places in the back that may be talking to you or telling you there's sensation there, see if you can send your breath deeper there, creating more spaciousness in the area to break up and release tension, offering it opening, softening. 2 and 1. Now we're going to inhale. We're going to slowly start to lift up again. We're going to slide the hands behind the knees, roll the shoulders back. We are how we once began. We're going to lean back again. Now this time you can stay right here, or if you want to, maybe lift your right foot up a little bit and lift your left foot up a little bit. And just play. It's fine if you fall down. Come back up again. 2 and 1. We're going to slowly bring the feet down. Let's inhale, bring your hands just above your knees. We'll inhale, lift the chest up, leaning forward, folding forward. Once again, maybe bringing the hands on the tops of the feet. Now you can stay here if this feels really good, or if you want to take it a little bit further forward, maybe starting to slide your feet forward. You can lift your heels up and just let it come down as naturally as it feels good for you. If you start to feel strain in your back or your hamstrings or any sensation behind the knees, my recommendation is for you to back off a little bit and come back to either bent knee and lifting up. But do what feels good for your body, because G, you are your own guru. 2 and 1. We're going to inhale. We'll slowly start to rise up. Let's grab behind the knees once again. Feet down. We'll roll the shoulders back. And then perhaps flexing through the feet, you can lift your left foot up first this time. Maybe the right foot will join it. Maybe you're going a little bit higher. Boat pose. 2 and 1. We're going to slowly bring the feet back down. I'm going to turn towards you. We're going to stretch your left leg forward, and we'll bring your right foot towards your left inner thigh. And then let's slide the left foot out a little bit to the side today. If your knee is bothering you at all, or if this isn't a great position, just bend your leg off to the side. And then wherever you're at, we're going to fold between the bent knee and the straight leg. So whether you're right here or you have your knee up a little bit or some other shape that's completely different than what I'm saying, find your breath, find some softness, find some ease. Connecting with your inner peace within. 2 and 1. We're going to slowly walk your hands up. We're going to gently bring your hands behind you. We'll stretch your right leg out to the right. Bring your left foot in. Bringing the hands between the legs. Again, if that doesn't feel good for your knee, foot out to the side. So doing what's appropriate for your body. We'll inhale, lift up, and then exhale, walking the hands forward as far as that feels good for you. So just breathing in the space. So if this is really easy for you, let your head and chest come down. You don't have to though. Just noticing the breath. 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to slowly, slowly walk the hands back up. Now we'll gently bring both legs and extend them forward. Let's bring your hands alongside your body. We're going to flex your feet, maybe spread your toes once again. Just notice how that feels for your body. We'll roll the shoulders back. Maybe walk the sitting bones back so you can feel the front of the sitting bones. Feel your belly draw towards your spine, feel the rib cage anchor, and then reaching through the crown of the head. So imagine there's a string on the crown of the head, lengthening the spine. Close your eyes. Just feel the sensation, the energy moving through your body, feeling your body straight, feeling the posture. 2 and 1, and then we're going to gently release and soften. We'll bend your knees from here. Let's wrap your left arm around the leg. If that's not available to you, straighten the left leg out. And then we're going to turn and twist your body. 2 and 1, and then we're going to release. We'll do this on the other side. So if you have one leg straight, you're going to straighten your right leg this time. And then we're going to wrap the right arm around the left leg or both legs as we rotate the spine to the left. Feeling the breath again. Noticing and observing the sensation in your body. Inviting in softness. Inviting in ease. 2 and 1, and then we'll slowly start to release and unwind. Let's bring your hands behind your hips. We'll bring your feet a little bit wider, and then we're going to drop your knees over to the right a little bit. Inhale, we'll lift up, and then over to the left. We'll do this 2 more times to each side. So over to the right, and then over to the left. Once again to the right, and once again to the left. We're going to inhale, come back. We're going to find a seated shape that's good for you. So that's fine if your legs are straight. You can interlace or crisscross your legs, or if you want to sit on your shins or anything else that's comfortable for you. So we're going to do one more stretch for our neck and our head, and then we'll come down onto our back. So what I'm going to invite you to do is we're going to interlace your hands behind your head. We're going to squeeze the elbows together around the head. So almost like you're creating like this cradle for your head. And then keeping the chin parallel to the ground, the eyes towards the horizon. You're going to press the back of the head into the hands and then feel your shoulders start to drop away from the ears. Breathing here. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to reach the elbows out, find some softness. Take a breath, and let's do that again. So we're going to bring the elbows together, pressing through the back of the head, feeling the shoulders move down away from the ears. Noticing. Now you can stay right here if this is a lot going on, or if you want to stretch the neck just a little bit, keeping the elbows really close to the head, we're going to guide the head over to the right. You might even feel this down into the rib cage a little bit. 2 and 1, we're going to inhale, guide up, and then over to the left. Just being really mindful with your movements. 2 And one. We're going to inhale, lift up, and then we're going to reach your elbows wide to the side. Maybe let your head fall back a little bit if that feels okay. Again, feel the shoulders drop away from the ears. And as you do that, try to squeeze them together behind the heart. 2 and 1. We're going to inhale. We'll slowly start to come up and just sit for a moment wherever you're at, letting your eyes close again, inviting in softness, inviting in stillness, inviting in ease, and connecting with your inner peace. Just breathing. And then as you're ready, feel free to stay here for a few more moments, or if you feel ready to lie on your back, we're going to do a few more stretches, and then we will move into our rest and meditation. So as you're making your way onto your back, go really slow, be mindful, ease your way down so there's no strain in your body. And then let's begin, if it feels okay for you, to squeeze the knees towards the chest. You can bring your hands on the tops of the knees or go behind the knees. And as you are here, maybe rocking around a little bit from side to side, see if you can pull the shoulders away from the ears. Again, see if you can feel that neck nice and long. We don't want the neck to press into the mat or into the mat and collapse. Feel your chin move away from the chest so there's this beautiful curve in your neck. You're pressing through the back of the head and the shoulder blades. So just rocking a moment from side to side. And then from here, we're going to place your left foot on the ground. You can keep your leg bent, or you can straighten your leg out. So see what feels good for you. I'm going to do this with my knee bent today. Now we're going to take your right knee. You've got that squeezed in towards your chest a little bit. Some of you are going to probably might stay right here, but if you want to a little bit, maybe start to feel the right knee start to move out towards the right outside edge of the body, and just noticing how does it feel to move the leg around the hip socket a little bit. So just notice if you feel any sensation. You might maybe feel nothing at all. So just observe what's going on for your body. 2 and 1, and then you can stay in a place if it feels good for another moment or two, and inviting more opening in, more spaciousness. And then if you'd like to move, we're going to lift the knee up, and then we're going to grab behind the thigh onto the hamstring and lift your leg towards the ceiling. And then as you're here, extending the heel towards the ceiling so you can feel the calf stretch out a little bit. You might even start to feel the hamstring stretch. Keep breathing. 2 and 1. Now we're going to reach your arms alongside the body. They can reach out wide to the side. I'm going to bend my arms like cactus today or goalpost. I'm going to relax my foot a little bit, rotate the ankle, so maybe shake out. And then we'll flex the foot, and a couple times we're just going to cross the right leg over to the left just a little bit, and then you're going to inhale, lift back up. We're going to do that 2 more times. So we're going to cross over to the left a little bit, inhale, lift back up, and 1 more time, crossing over to the left, feeling a deep stretch in the outside edge of that leg. And for some of you, if you're feeling a whole lot here, that's the IT band here that you're working. If you're not feeling a whole lot, pull the pinky toe towards your head, and that should start to activate that a little bit. 3, 2, 1, we'll inhale, lift up. We're going to exhale, bend the right leg down to meet the left. Now, just taking a moment here and observing the difference in sensation in the left and right side of the body. Just notice and observe. Don't make any judgments about it. Just say, oh, that's interesting. Be curious. And then as you're ready, let's once again squeeze both knees towards the chest, and maybe even noticing if there's a difference in this. Excuse me. 2 and 1. We're going to slowly from here We're going to bring your right foot down. Again, you can keep your right knee bent towards the ceiling, or you can stretch that right leg out. Do what feels good for you. We'll grab just below the knee, and you can squeeze that left knee towards the chest as much as that feels good. Breathing. And then if you'd like to, just maybe starting to move the leg a little bit to the outside edge of the body. And you can bring the leg back in. So be curious, just kind of experiment. What does it feel like moving the leg into that hip socket? Notice the sensation, feeling what's going on, creating opening. And then maybe hanging out in a spot for a couple more breaths. And then when you're ready, we're going to extend that left leg to the ceiling if you'd like to. Let's grab onto the hamstring. And then from here, extending that heel towards the ceiling, feeling the back of the leg stretch out. 2. And 1. And then we're going to just take a moment, release the arms. We'll bring them alongside the body or out to the side like cactus. And then flexing to the foot. And then let's slowly start to bring the left leg in front of the right. We'll do this a couple of times. It might feel different on this side. Inhaling back up. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale, we're going to hold the left leg over to the right for a few moments. If you're not feeling a whole lot there, start to pull your pinky toe towards your head, and you'll start to activate a little bit more of the outside edge of the leg, which you're stretching into that IT band. And just so you know, it's good that the IT stands for iliotibia, which is good that it's somewhat tight because it helps keep your knee in place, but it's nice to stretch it because sometimes it gets really tight. 2 and 1, we'll inhale, lift up, and then exhale, let's lower the foot down. And just pause for a moment, noticing the difference in your body. So I'm going to give you a couple more options. If you'd like to move a little bit more, feel free to join me. But if you need to just rest, please feel free to do that too. So first option, if you want, you can bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart, maybe right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. You can hang out and chill out here for a few more moments. If you want, you can also bend your knees, bring your feet on the ground, maybe arms alongside the body, roll the shoulders back, and we'll take a couple bridge poses if you'd like to. If there's anything else that you would like to do, we will take a few moments at the end to lift the legs up, but feel free right now to kind of do what you need to do for your body. If you're joining me for bridge pose, you're going to press the hips off the ground, feel the tailbone extend towards the knees as you start to lift the spine up away from the ground. Make sure that you're not collapsing in the neck at all, so really press to the back of the head, feel the chin move away from the chest, and keep feeling those shoulders pull away from the ears. Maybe bring your hands flat as best as you can. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to slowly lower down 1 vertebra at a time if you've lifted. We will take 2 more back bends if you would like to. So just taking a couple breaths in between. If you have other variations that you'd like, please invite your body to do that. It doesn't matter to me. It's all about you feeling good for you. So when you're ready, we're going to press down to the feet. We'll lift the tailbone up, slowly lifting the hips up, lifting the spine up, 1 vertebra at a time, feeling the shoulders pull away from the ears, press to the back of the head, chin to the chest. I'm going to press through my tippy toes this time and lift my heels off the mat. I get a deeper stretch in my quads that way. So if you want to try that, go for it. You don't have to. You could also interlace your hands behind your back, rolling your shoulders underneath you a little bit more. 3, 2, 1, exhale, release and let that go, soften. Take a deep breath, release. Beautiful work, everybody. So if you would like to take 1 more back bend, and even if you're like, oh, I'm kind of tired, maybe do one anyway. See what happens. Let's slowly lift your hips up. We'll lift all the way up, rolling the shoulders back. Maybe reaching your hands for your heels or interlacing the hands behind the back, rolling the shoulders underneath you. Keep reaching and stretching, finding more space. Maybe see if you can lift your hips a little bit higher if that feels okay. Don't crunch in your back. 2 and 1. Let's slowly, slowly start to lower back. And then you can rest again here. It might also feel good to squeeze the knees back towards the chest. Once again, you can rock a little bit from side to side, loosening any muscles if they did get tight. And then if you'd like to take a few moments and lift your legs up, I'll give you a couple options. If you're familiar with how to get into shoulder stand, please invite your body to do that. Just make sure you're not collapsing in your neck at all. Otherwise, you can lift your legs straight up towards the sky if that's something you choose to do today. You can press through the elbows, maybe lift the hips up and just bring your hands underneath your hips, supporting yourself. If you're more familiar with shoulder stand, you'll walk your hands more up your back towards your shoulders. So just taking a moment, getting those legs a little bit higher than the head, feeling the blood drain down. Supposedly this helps reverse the aging process. You can do this up to 20 minutes a day. We don't have time today. But if you do it every day for 20 minutes, if you have any gray hair, it might turn back to your original color. I don't know. It's just a story that I was told. 2 and 1. Let's slowly start to bring the knees towards the chest. We'll release the hands if you're lifted. We're going to roll back. We'll slowly come down. If you're doing a plow pose, please feel free. Take care of what your body needs. And then the last thing that I'm going to have you do is we'll prop up onto our elbows, drop the head back a little bit if that feels okay for your neck. If not, just keep your head up. And then we're going to take some inhales through the nose and see if you can clear out your throat. Maybe stick your tongue out and go, ah, ah. Let's do 2 more. Ah. Once again. Ah. That helps you speak your truth, clear out your throat. Really good for you to do. So whenever you're ready, let your body come to that final rest, Shavasana. You can do that laying down on your back. You can come to a comfortable seat, any shape that works for your body. And just allow the eyes to close and invite the body and mind to soften. And take a moment to tune in with your intention, once again, that we had at the beginning of the class. And if you don't remember, just create one now. And then let's slowly do a body scan and breathing practice together. No worries, I will be guiding you, but just inviting yourself to find this practice. So begin to bring the awareness to the left side of the body. Notice the left toes, the left foot, the left ankle, left lower leg, left knee, upper leg, left hip and glute, left side of the back, left waist, left side of the chest, left upper back and shoulder blade, left shoulder, left arm, left hand and fingers, left shoulder, left side of the neck, left side of the face, left side of the head. And take a moment and see if you can feel the breath move through the left side of the body a few times. Inviting it to open, to clear, to release any tension and sensation. Just feeling this expansion and contraction of the breath in the left side of the body. And then bringing the awareness over to the right side of the body. Noticing the right toes, the right foot, the right ankle, right lower leg, right knee, right upper leg, right hip and glutes, right lower back, right side of the waist, right upper chest, right shoulder blade, right side of the back, right shoulder, right arm, right hand and fingers, right shoulder, right side of the neck, right side of the face, right side of the head. Just feeling the breath now move through the right side of the body. Inviting in this opening, this clearing, releasing, feeling the expansion and the contraction of the breath through the right side of the body. Allowing the back of the body to soften and sink in to the mat behind you. And the front of the body to feel light, spacious and open. Releasing tension and opening to your intention. Breathing through the whole body. Right and left side, front and back. And perhaps imagining it's all coming from your heart. And saying to yourself, may I be safe. May I be healthy. May I have inner peace. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I have inner peace. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I have inner peace. And taking a moment to invite your loved ones in receiving this message as well. So visualizing them in your mind's eye and saying to them, may you be safe. May you be healthy. May you have inner peace. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you have inner peace. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you have inner peace. And allowing this to broaden just a little bit more. Inviting in maybe people you don't know very well. Maybe people you don't know at all. Maybe people you've met and just shared a smile with. And imagine this circle getting wider. And saying to all of them, may you be safe. May you be healthy. May you have inner peace. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you have inner peace. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you have inner peace. And then feeling the circle broaden even wider out to include all living beings. And saying once again, May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you have inner peace. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you have inner peace. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you have inner peace. And then taking a moment to visualize in your mind's eye that this big circle that we've created of safety, of radiant health, and inner peace within us all, beginning to glow through us and us all doing this embrace to help bring healing. So whenever you feel ready, starting to bring your awareness back into this present moment. If you feel ready, if you're not quite ready, let yourself stay where you're at. But you can begin to bring the awareness to the fingertips and the toe tips, maybe starting to wiggle those around a little bit, maybe rotating your wrists and ankles, opening and closing your hands, reaching and stretching, blinking your eyes open. You can, again, stay laying down. If you'd like to roll over and come find a comfortable seat, feel free to do that too. And let's just do one more thing together and bring the either awareness into the heart center, or if you have come to a seat, you can bring the pinky sides of the hand together and place this almost like a bowl shape in front of your heart. And just allowing yourself to receive all of the good wishes that you've sent out and receive more patience for yourself, more peace for yourself, more ease, and connecting with your radiant health. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you this afternoon. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I look forward to we meet again soon. The light within me connects with the light within you. Namaste. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Oops.